Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're in House Flipper and I'd like to purchase one of the new houses from the HGTV DLC in order to work on, and the Stilt house was the first one we worked on in the jobs over there, so now that we can actually play with it ourselves, let's have a look, shall we? A beautiful house on stilts situated right next to the beach, perfect for a couple, great sea view, only needs a light renovation, and it's 85,000. So it is a really unusual design with these stilts and these like big pillars. Ooh, it says a light renovation. That looks icky, doesn't it? Oh gosh, they have made that look really icky on the inside, haven't they? So let's buy the house, let's do a quick tour, and then off camera I'll do all the work on it, and then I'll come back and give you a tour of the finished project. So let's take a look at what it looks like when we first get hold of it through buying it like this. From the pictures we can see that we need to do an awful lot of cleaning. So the beach is right there, so we are the closest plot to the beach itself. Lovely place to have a nice garden to overlook the sea. The only thing better would be if there wasn't a road in front of the house between you and the beach, but that's just the way it is. Right, we're going to need a good clean on the outside. We'll have to decide whether we're going to paint it or not. I definitely think I will paint downstairs because I don't particularly like the brown wood. Lots and lots of junk to get rid of. And then for the work job, when we were here, the lady wanted a sauna downstairs and a bathroom, so we could do something similar to that, or maybe not. You've got a lot of space down here, so you could put some shaded seating, maybe a workbench or something. I don't even know if we've got anything like that in the designs. We don't have a lot of space out the back here. We do have a big patio area here. Probably want some different paving. Upstairs, got lots of space on this walkway. On the walkway's two sides of the house. Yeah, the walkway's just up and down two sides of the house. So you've got these lovely French doors to bring you out. So some sort of seating on this raised walkway section could be quite good. Because there's the view of the beach. So you probably want a bench seat over here to take a look out to the sea, and then maybe a table and chairs or something on this side. I mean, you can still see the sea, but this would be the place to sit and look out, wouldn't it? We might want to remove a tree or two for clearer views. Think about that one. Definitely needs a good clean. And inside we've got a big open area for a lounge and a kitchen and dining room. Oh, they have made it look really bad, haven't they? You're definitely going to have to sell everything and start again. So, oh gosh, that looks so bad. Really bad, isn't it? And then through this way we have a bathroom, I think. Yes. The door makes it look really small, but it's actually big enough for a tub. So it's not that small. And then through here is the bedroom. So this is why they say it's a good place for a couple, because there's only one bedroom, and I don't really think there's any space to add another bedroom. And then this is where the French doors were for access to outside. So that's the house. So I'm going to go away, do all the cleaning, decorate it, and then I will come back and show you what I've done with the place. And here we're back with our beautiful view of the ocean from the front of our stilt house, which we started working on in the last clip. I've kept the garden very, very minimal, and as you can see I've left the exterior of the house the same as it was before, because I realised if we start painting the wood it's going to make it look more like a concrete facade, and trying to put panels everywhere downstairs on all those stilts would just have taken hours and hours. So I decided to leave the exterior just as it was. I've added a small amount of planting right here in the corner just for a little bit of a decorative thing to look at. I've added a picnic bench right at the front of the house here, which is quite close to our ocean view. These 3 trees were here originally, so I've just placed a hammock in between the trees so you can enjoy the shade and you're close enough to hear the sound of the ocean, providing it's quite a busy street. Of course, sadly there is that street in front of us. Down the side of the house I've added a bike rack so that you can park your bikes up right next to the stairs to lead up to the house. I've added some outdoor furniture here and a barbecue, and I've added the furniture underneath the overhang so that the furniture won't get wet, and you can always pull it out further if you need later. But of course this is the parking area, because this is the entrance space and the big double gates for you to bring in your cars, so I don't really want to use this as a patio area, because I figure that you'll probably have a couple and they might have 2 cars. I mean, you could use this as a patio and this is the car space, but I just think it's better to leave it open so that you've got the choice there. And as I said, that protects the furniture from the rain. I've also got as a garden swing, but I've put this in this storage area underneath so that you can pull it out and put it wherever you want in your garden and keep it safe and protected in bad weather. You can use this understill area more as a storage space if you like, but because it's external I think most people probably wouldn't, so I've added a garden shed and a couple of composting bins just for your garden waste and to keep all your tools and things safe in your shed that you can nicely lock up. And the rest of the garden I've just mowed it all and pulled all the weeds, so as I said, it's kept very minimally. The only plants I've added is that little group of 3 right in this corner, and then this flower bed over here near the barbecue. I'm quite pleased with the little flower bed. I think it's turned out quite nice. I've added a touch of lots of colour, lots of striking contrast in all the colours. Look, with the bright bush in the corner and the more toned down greens leading into the grassy area. I just like having that splash of colour added to your garden. As I say, I've left most of it fairly minimal for whoever purchases the house to put their own stamp on it. And if we come upstairs to the balcony area, in front of the house I've added a couple of planters here with some fresh bedding plants, so you can change these out during the different seasons to have whatever flowering plants are in season. I've added a nice seating sofa here to take in the sea views again. Down the side I've added a couple of planters with plants for that splash of colour, and a small seating area for you to relax, maybe have your breakfast, as this is right next to the French doors that lead into the master bedroom. Now I've chosen to add a screen here so that you can move it into the corner or move it out and put it in front of the windows so that it acts as a block of the view for when you're sleeping in the room. So we've decided for this house to make it sort of wood and beachy and light airy colours. So we've gone for the paler woods. It's the American elm, I believe, is the theme that I've gone through most of it. We've also gone for very traditional wooden furniture to keep in with the beach and nautical areas by being close to the sea. We've used a sea picture. We've gone for the sunset to add that little bit of warmth and to blend in with the natural beiges and yellows that we've used in the room. And then if we turn around here, I've kept that stripy sort of wavy texture in the beiges on the wall panels and into the furniture on the seat topper, on your little drawers over here, and on the linens on the bed. So we've kept the theme to tie all of it together with that colour scheme. And I'm really quite pleased with this bedroom. I think it's turned out really well. If I show you from this side here, just so you can see the different views, so you can see what I've done. And I really like this. I think it's turned out really well, and we've used one of the new chandeliers on the ceiling, as you can see there, and I think it fits in beautifully. Even though it's very modern, it does still fit in with the very nautical feel to the rest of the house. I've used the nautical themed mirror here with the life buoy around the edge of the mirror. And if we go into the bathroom, I've used pale greys and light grey tinted wood themes throughout the bathroom area. So if we close some of these doors to give us a little bit more access, let's close you in here. We've got one of the new towel rails here. I've used the blue because the blue blends into the grey quite nicely for the towels. So we've got that new towel rack here. I've used the grey edging on all of the pieces of wood that we've got here, the mirror, the shelving, the basin. We've got a grey cover on the toilet. Can't quite match the wood, sadly, because we don't have that option. But we've gone for that. We've gone for the silver toned toilet roll holder to blend in as well. And we've added that splash of blue to just tie the bathroom together and make it not so pale and boring, because everything's in these grey tones. We use the new tiling with the half paint and half tile theme to it, and I think it's worked out really well with this grey colour. I just think it all is very neutral, very toned down, and that little splash of blue that we've got here with the bath, with the pictures and with the towels, just adds enough colour to stop it being a bit too bland. So yeah, let's go on to the living room and lounge area, which is the last room in the house. From the work order, we were asked to put this electric fire in the corner, and I quite liked that idea, so I've used that again in my own design of the house. I've used the wall panels in this white sort of dandelion style of pom-pom flower texture. I just like that little detail that it adds to the house without being an overwhelming splash of colour. I want the whole place to feel relaxing and welcoming. We've got the white painted floorboards, the same as we have on the exterior of the house, to kind of tie the interior and the exterior together and remind you that we're in a more beachfront nautical area. I have painted all the interior walls here, which has taken the white boarding away from the walls, but I just think it looks so much better to have the white walls in here in contrast to the white painted floorboards on the floors. I've used some of the new furniture again with this boxed poof sort of settee thing. Traditionally a poof is a half size, but this is kind of a double size, like mini seat with storage, and I really quite like this idea. So I've tried to tie it all together with the blues. As you can see, the blues don't quite match each other. Sadly, there are a few things that don't match colour wise inside the game itself, so we do the closest match we can, and what we end up with is that higgledy-piggledy, hodgepodge, semi-bohemian, add slowly over time as you find pieces kind of theme. So you go and buy a piece of furniture, and then later you find something else and you add it to your theme, and they don't always quite match, but they blend in together and they're close enough, and you end up with a place that you love that's very comfortable, and every piece that you've got in it has a story behind it, where you got it, what you were doing, why you thought it would fit, and the whole place just becomes a beloved and warm home. I've used one of these new paintings on the wall. It's got that splash of blue in the corner and then all these whites and fading into greys and browns. I just think it matches very well into this colour scheme, because the dark flowers kind of match into the darker colours, and we've got the blue in the corner and the white from the walls and the chandeliers. Again, we're using one of these little new modern knot chandeliers that are in the new expansion pack. I think these are really cute. They're kind of like knotted bow flowers. So I've got two of these in this room. We've got one in the lounge area. So there's our lounge area. And then we've got one in our dining room area as well. So before we move on, I've added a few decorative pieces here. We've used those new small brick shelves above one of our new big freestanding shelves, and we've added some decorative pieces. We've kept to the blue and white theme throughout with the pieces that we've added into the decoration, and then I've added a few books on gardening and cooking to the bottom of the display here, because we've added a few plant pots just outside the house. We've added quite a few potted plants inside, and then of course we've added a beautiful new kitchen to the room itself. We've got that nautical theme again here above the door to add a little bit more colour. We've got a beautiful plant in the corner. We've got herbs on all three of our windowsills in the kitchen and dining room area. The seats on the chairs here match the pattern on the rug and on the wall panels over here, so we've tied the room together using that motif. And again, we're using the blue for the table and the bowl on the table and the pots for all the plants, which ties into the blue on our sofa and our little box seat and the decorative shelving. And we've also carried that blue through into the kitchen with having the blue fronts to the kitchen cupboards, and we're using the snowy granite worktops with that little mottled effect on the surface, so we've got that white with a little bit of dark colour again, which kind of echoes the pattern from the chairs and the rug and everything. So we've got a bank of units here with some top cabinets as well as the bottom cabinets, and we've also got our cooker built into the units here. I really like this new design of cooker being built into the units so it blends into your kitchen. I really like that. And then we've got the little hob that we've put on top of the cooker because I just think it's nice to have the two together. This little alcove that's available here in the edge of the kitchen beautifully fits this new fridge. Very nice fitting there. And then we have our sink in another bank of cabinets here. I haven't put too much decoration in the kitchen because we will be selling the house on, and the people moving in will bring all of their knickknacks and things with them. And we've got another picture up here. This time again it's the sea, and this time it's the daytime view, whereas we've got the sunset view in the bedroom because that matches the tone in the bedroom, and the daytime blues matches the blues that we've put throughout our living room and dining room area. So this is the house on stilts, the way that Kitty decided it should look. So hope that you found some inspiration from this and that you've enjoyed what I've done with the place. So I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy gaming!